Um, that can happen. So if you are a volunteer that is coming at 11, we will have a room available that I will have the key to, that anybody can go change, and you can kind of take shifts, making sure that we are all ready by 2:30. I'm sure there's some that will have to scoot out after that. But if you're a volunteer showing up at 2:30, we ask that you're pretty much ready to go. Maybe there's some last minute things that would freshen up or whatever. At 2:30, we will have a meeting with all volunteers, and the Bonner interns will go with the One Cause and Elizabeth Lumsden to work on the registration process and making sure that is getting up and running. And all volunteers will go with me, and we'll do a simple walkthrough and answer any last minute questions, fix any last minute problems. And I promise you, kind of the 2 hours before go time is really, it's going to fly by, because there is plenty to do and we need extra hands to do it. And so when you pull up to be a volunteer, we have volunteers cleared. And for the event, you can go through the valet and let them know that you're with this event, and it will be comped to the event. If you're desiring to park on your own, I don't like to stand in the valet line. If you're desiring to park on your own, it's normally like $6 up to 3 hours, or $10 past that. So it'd be around $10. And you would park in the parking garage across the street from the hotel. And just to clarify, this is the Hilton Virginia Beach oceanfront. So it is the ocean, it is our conference center. There's a busy road, and then there's a parking garage. And there is a tunnel that comes from the parking garage into the hotel. And I'm going to let you see the floor plan, so we can just kind of walk through that so you don't feel lost when you get there. Let me share my screen. Your screen. Give me 1 second. When you get there, we are just going over a simple dress code, and that is, there we go. And that is, if you desire to be full gala, there's going to be people that are in full gala attire, long dresses, tuxedos, go for it. You won't feel out of place. If you are feeling a little less like doing that, there'll be plenty of people in business casual or cocktail attire, me. You won't feel out of place in that. If you feel like, I don't think I have anything like that, I don't have the money to go buy a new wardrobe right now, we're asking that you wear all black, so that you blend into the crowd. They know that you're there to help, and just life lessons, all black, you can't go wrong with most events. So that is what I'm aiming for with this. So we're asking no jeans, no shorts, no flip-flops. We want to create a special event, and we want you to be a part of that. So now I will do the magic of sharing my real screen. Can you guys see that?
Yes.
I was like, somebody respond. I cannot share. Okay. So this is the general floor plan that, yes, our experience coordinator laid out for us. So when you are coming into, if you park your car through valet, this is all on the second floor, and you will be coming in right around this area, but a floor underneath. And you will walk up a stairwell over here to the left of the screen. And this entryway is where you would enter for valet, or if you're coming from the restaurant entrance, there's an elevator here for anyone that might need that. That is not connected to the hotel. It's just for the conference center entrance. And then this is also the connection to the parking garage. So this is our main kind of connection point. We will have a volunteer on the ground floor pointing people to the stairs, to the elevator, and how to enter the event. So if you're a volunteer, there won't be people there to point you. Just know that this is the starting point. Go towards the left of the building and you will eventually find it. When you come in, there will be welcomers here for the actual event. We'll set up registration towards the beginning, and there will be a coat check. The coat check is not done by the hotel, so it is a voluntary coat check. It will be closed and locked during the event, but it is kind of check at your own risk, your own will. You go back and get it when the event is over. I'm telling you this because people will ask you and you'll need to answer that. When you get to the end of this entry hallway, there will be a step and repeat banner that everyone will look glorious in taking pictures at. And then our sponsor, our event sponsor, Robin's Nest Realtors, will be here just welcoming people, making sure they feel comfortable. And then right behind these two doors is Courtney Terrace, and this is the volunteer room. You need to know this room. You can put your bags, your clothes, anything that you don't want stuck in a corner, you can stick it in here, and we are going to close and lock these doors when the event starts. And this will just kind of be your break room. There will be snacks and drinks, and let me tell you, it is all oceanfront. It's all windows. So if you want to do yoga on your break, do it. So the volunteer room is really important. It's also important to point others, like when the musicians come, they will want to put their cases somewhere, and this is where we will have them place it. When you enter into the actual event space, this is all oceanfront windows, but it's going to be dark. Just letting you know it's out there. There are balconies. There will be a gallery wall of pictures and stories, and so we'll probably have a volunteer there just to make sure that if you have questions about free kind or human trafficking in general, you can either answer it because you're a savant, or you can point them to the table for free kind and make sure that they learn more. And then this will be the first bar. It will be an open room with a few cocktail tables, and everyone tends to go to the first bar, and then a huge line incurs. So just remind people that you can keep moving, and there's plenty of bars that are coming. So this is the first bar. There will be a double bar right here, and this space is across from where the restrooms are, but also the elevators from the hotel. So if you are staying already at the hotel, or if you're staying after the after the event, these are the elevators that are connected to the actual hotel space. And these are the restrooms, so you can point people in the right direction. When you come out this area, there will be, again, the double bar, but also our music for the cocktail hour is through soundscapes. And so it's high school and middle school students performing for us. I hear they're great. I'm really excited about them. Give them all high fives. They're nervous to be here. And across from them will be another bar within a room with cocktail tables. So we will probably have some volunteers just helping with the flow, keep moving people down, go find a comfortable space so you're not all in one line. When you come out of this bar area, this corner section is our silent auction. We want to point everyone to our silent auction just so they can look, though they'll be registered on their phones, and that is the predominance of how they vote. We want to make sure people are not missing any of the amazing things that we have donated. So make sure they swing by the silent auction space, and then you enter into the grand hall where our event space will be. The event space, you'll enter to the right. We won't be opening these doors until 5:50, 10 minutes before the event starts. Yes, took me a second. Does it start at 5? I'm losing my mind right now. Anyway, it'll start 10 minutes before the event starts. And we will have volunteer station at each door because there's going to be someone that just wants to go in early and eat their salad, but they're not. We're going to keep them out among everyone so that our musicians and our speakers can have a chance to sound check, get used to the space, and anything else we might need. Don't worry, there's another bar right here. And this bar will be predominantly used, especially when the event starts. People can still come out and have a cash bar. There will also be an information table to this area. Okay, I know I went through that quick, but I think it's important for you to understand the space. Do you have any questions, or Sarah Faircloth, do you want to add anything to that? I just wanted you guys to kind of feel, especially the volunteer room. This will kind of be our starting space at 2:30 that we gather up, see who's there, and then if you already have assignments, or we might be changing assignments if something pops up, and then we will move through the evening. Any questions about that? Okay. then I'm going to stop sharing. And friends, the last part is just going through the simple timeline. So let me pull that up. So if all of our volunteers are arriving around 2:30, and we'll be giving kind of last minute assignments, walking through so you know the space. Any questions that pop up, we'll try and answer so you feel prepared to answer other questions that might come your way. One Cause volunteers will be helping, and we'll go through a run through of things like when we open the doors and also the live auction, because that's new for us this year. So when we look at the timing, we'll have some things to set out during the day. At 4 p.m., we want to make sure all volunteers are ready to go. And at 5:30, we are going to have a staff and volunteer picture, because we never get this until everyone's tired and your eyeliner smudged. So we're going to go ahead and get it done at 4:30. Make sure you're ready at 4:30, and we're going to get a picture. But some of our VIPs, like the people that we've personally invited, whether they be out of state or public figures, they might be arriving between 4:15 and 4:30. My experience is that they are sometimes the last to arrive, but if they do, we will be ready for them. And speakers will be arriving by then for sound checks. So we want to make sure we are ready by 4:15, and we are completely in our spots and ready to go at 5 p.m. because that's when the hotel bar opens. And I know there will be some lovely people that show up early, even though registration officially starts at 5:30. Also at 5:30, if you're of age over 21, don't trick us, it's not worth it. There will be a champagne toast being poured. So there's no official toast, but it's more like, hey, welcome and thank you for celebrating with us. It's our 10th anniversary. We're glad you're here. Here's a glass of champagne. Everything else is cash bar, so you can buy that yourself. So just helping you know that. So when people ask you, what's the difference? You can say there's a gift of champagne, but there's a cash bar. At 5:50, I just found a problem. That's why I found a problem in the thing. So 10 minutes before the event starts, which would be more like 6:20, 6:20, the doors will open, and it takes a while for everyone to get to their seat. Some people are still in the bar line, some people are still arriving, but at 6:30, our MC will begin with a general logistics, and then we will have our board chair, the meals being served around 6:45. We have a raffle for the gorgeous floral designs that will be there, and our silent auction will continue until 8 o'clock. So our special speaker comes on at 7:35, our keynote speaker. So you have between that time and 7:35, I imagine volunteers will probably not be able to take their seats and have everyone in until about 7. So we have special tables for you where hopefully they're not laying your food down first, so it gets cold by the time you get there. But you'll have between 7:10 and 7:35 to make sure you're eating and thinking about the next thing that is coming. Some of you may have nothing. Some of you will be helping us get the silent auction items from a secured room to the registration/checkout area while the event is finishing up. Some of you will be helping us with the live auction. So around 8:10, the live auctioneer and a board member will take the stage, and we will need 3 volunteers to help the auctioneer, 2 volunteers to help our logistics person, and everyone else can either remain seated or be helping with the actual movement of the items. The live auction will be the predominance until we close out, and we also have a paddle raise where it's kind of like a live auction of giving. And then we close at 9 o'clock. We do need help cleaning up. So I will ask if anybody's still available that you consider staying to help clean up. And that's just clearing tables and making sure we get things back in the boxes we took them out of. But there is the timeline. Do you have any questions about what that might look like? And the timeline and also a cheat sheet for volunteer information will be sent out. And so we want to make sure that you have the ability to ask me any questions, send me an email or send it over to Debbie, and she's going to be right up until the last minute, helping us get everything answered and in place. So Debbie, I know you had a couple questions about, do we know who, or do you guys want to chime in if you're able to stay for cleanup, just so we know how many hands we have or if we need to recruit more?
Jim and I'll be staying till the end. We're staying the night at the hotel, so that's 2 people
Thank you.
Staying the night.
at the hotel.
Yeah, we are too.
Excellent. So we really expect for guests to be leaving between 9 and 9:30, and for us to have all cleanup done between that 9:45 and 10 realm. That is late, but the more people we have to help, the faster it will go. So the people that got there at 8, I don't expect to stay there until 10. So we want to make sure we can have that section covered. And if you feel like you can stay, just let Debbie know, so we know who we have on that cleanup team. Honestly, this is close to all the information that I have to share to hopefully just give you the first picture of what next week will look like. We're really excited. It's a beautiful event space. The speaker is delightful, and I think she'll give you some really eye-opening information that night. And honestly, it's just such a blessing to see how many people support this cause and want to protect youth and reduce human trafficking in our area. So last call for any questions on my side or Debbie's side, or anything I can help with the week before the event.
Beth, I do just want to chime in. And yes, thank you so much for considering staying after. If you can, feel free to even just put that in the chat if you were able to stay. And I wanted to get back to you because I indicated that you would be hearing from me about your event day position, your role. And the truth is you have actually been placed, and really everybody's requests were honored. So whatever you put on the volunteer interest form, that is what you will be doing. But we're kind of keeping it a little bit flexible once we see the space and are in the space. So we do appreciate you just kind of being open to what that looks like. Beth is going to be in charge and going to be able to tell you exactly where in that map you will be placed. And if you do want to know any more specifics, feel free to reach out to me via email ahead of time. But otherwise, you'll kind of get all that you need to know the day of. And we will be submitting the timeline and the cheat sheet to you before, as well as there will be copies there day of. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Debbie. Any other questions? I don't want to keep you all night. You're already giving us enough of your time, and I'm so incredibly grateful. Do we have any? I want to check the chat that I didn't miss anything. We don't. So I would kind of just love to say a blessing over this event and over you guys the next week. It's no joke. There are so many people sick right now, including on our staff, including with volunteers. And so we know this is a hard time of year, but we know we need this as an organization, and we know it will be blessed. So I'd love to say a blessing. And then as we say goodbye to all of our volunteers, if there's any Bonners that would like to stick around, and Ricardo has any more pointers or specific registration volunteer leads, then the Bonner interns are going to have a conversation after that. So let's just bless this event, bless this evening, please. Thank you, Lord, for the willingness of people to step out and help someone in their community. Thank you for Free Kind, and that we can just be open when we say that we want more freedom and kindness in the world, and we get to be a part of that. Bless us with health, bless us with success for this event, and Lord, let us do our work even better because of this team right here, and because we are leading our community with light in the darkness. Thank you for everyone in this call and the people that could not make it. In your son's name we pray. Amen. All right. I'm thankful for you, and I will see you next week.
Thanks, Beth.
Thank you.
Thank you, Beth.
Thank
Thank you, Beth.